Hello everybody, Cooper here and welcome to another episode of the Mosswood Academy here on Cricket Captain 2023. Today is going to be a bit of a different episode. We're going to do an end of season wrap up / off season / introduction and new player roles for next season. So I'm going to be covering a lot of ground in this episode. I hope you're all doing very, very well. The last portion of the season that I want to touch on is the domestic first class stuff. To start the season, we'd won 3 and lost 0. We had 4 matches left. It's only a 7-game season, unfortunately. I wish there was more games, but because I really enjoy playing the 4-day stuff on Cricket Captain, I just find it much more enjoyable than the 1-day and T20 stuff, but that's just me. But we did very well. We ended up winning the competition. We finished top of Division 2 last season, and we've bounced back, and we have practically won the rest of the season. Because Titans are currently in second. They're on 93 points. We're on 156. So there's basically no way for them to catch us, which is great. So the only thing that's really up for grabs now is, Free State and Western Province, who's going to get relegated into Division 2, and who's going to get promoted from Division 2. That's just the only thing up for grabs. Everything else is dead rubber, basically. Everything else has been decided. We've won the 1-day stuff. We won the SA T20 competition, and we won our provincial T20 comp, which I don't know if that then puts us in the domestic this competition for next season. I don't know how that works. There's nothing here in the rules, like it says here, bottom of Division 1 gets relegated, top of Division 2 gets promoted. There's nothing like that for the T20 comp, so I don't know if we're just stuck in this one playing against the weaker sides forever. But I was very happy with how this all ended up for us. We're going to have a quick look at the player stats. Actually, no, before we do that, we're going to look at the results. Or actually, do I do the player stats first? We'll do the results first, I've decided. So the 4-day cup, we're going to look at the last 4 matches, because they're the only ones that we haven't seen yet. So we played the team that's named after Scotty Boland and the team that's named after myself. We're going to do, I believe it's Boland, or I'm assuming it's not Boland. Boland, I believe we won the toss and we elected to bowl for this one. Because I think, if I'm not mistaken, this one became an absolutely raging turner. It was one of our away fixtures. It was absolutely ridiculous. We do play on a spinner's pitch at home, but this one was absolutely ridiculous. We bowled reasonably well. I think anything that we can keep the opposition under 250, I'm fairly happy with. We were a little bit expensive with our spinners in this first innings, with Beamish and Cilliers going at almost 5 and over each, and that made up almost half of our innings. It was up to Haynes and Potgieter, who really kept the runs down, and Haynes ended up picking up 4 for 43. We probably could have kept them under 250 when we had them at 8 for 197, and then there was quite a large partnership between Abbott and Sturman, who did a really, really good job in their first innings. And we move on to our first innings. We only got 291 in our first dig, which I reckon might be our lowest first innings score of the season. Kurtzen got 66 off 51. Nath, who has really come along in terms of being our overseas player in these last couple of matches, he got 83 off 108. Cilliers got 46 off 45, but they've got a really strong pace attack. And yeah, we were all out after 61 overs. I was hoping to bat a little bit longer than that, but with the Bazball approach, it's just one of those things, you swing for the fences and you can get out in some pretty funny ways. So that was just that. And then we had Boland's second innings. They ended up getting 284, which means in the fourth innings we had quite a big run chase in the end. And this was the raging turner I was talking about. Our spinners took 9 of the wickets in this innings. So yeah, Beamish got 5 for 98. A little bit expensive, but he tends to be a little bit expensive. Cilliers was really good. 4 for 34, which I believe are his career best figures. And then Gaffaldine, for them, got 114 off 207. I thought they had Kevin Peterson batting at 4, but it's spelled differently, so that's a little bit funny. But apart from that opening stand of 106, we did really well to sort of bring them back into the game, because they were 2 for 219, probably 1 for 219, and then the wicket fell. And then, yeah, we were able to claw them back into the game with some quick wickets, thanks to that turning wicket. And then we ended up winning the game, not fairly comfortably, but it didn't come down to the last ball, which was nice. We were 256, which isn't ideal. Kurtzen got 75 of 82. Williams, really solid, 81 off 94, not out. And then Nath again, 48 off 35, including 10 fours in that. Cilliers ended up getting player of the match in this one. He did very well with bat and ball. This next match was an interesting one. We did win by an innings. We bowled superbly because we only scored 412 runs in the first innings. We did this all within a day. Yeah, we didn't even bat the full day, I reckon. It was like 89.2 overs we batted for. Cilliers, he sort of tailed off with the bat a bit in the back half of the season. We'll go over the stats later. But Brits really stepped up in this innings. He ended up with 93. We were 6 for 211 at one point, and then that became 7 for 344. And then I believe Pot Guide was the last man out. He got out for 90, if I'm not mistaken. But then we bowled, as I said before, we bowled fantastically. All out for 174. Nobody in their team scored a 50. Beamish picked up 6. Haynes picked up 3. Not much to say about this innings other than that we bowled well. And then in the second dig, we did basically just as well. The wickets were a bit more evenly distributed. 193 all out. And yeah, we won by an innings and 45 runs with... I actually opened the bowling with Beamish in the second innings because I wanted to get him a few more wickets. I was just sort of hoarding the wickets and giving them to him, basically. Him and Haynes. So I was just trying something just to see what would happen. But we've won fairly comfortably in this one. And then the next match was an absolute bloodbath. We absolutely smoked Dolphins. We batted first. We declared at the end of day one, we were 6 for 528 at the end of day one. And yeah, it was absolutely ridiculous innings. From Kurtzen, he got 245 off 211, 31 fours and 8 sixes. Our middle order was much better in this innings in particular. Cilliers is getting some runs on the boards. Williams, 44 54 is not too bad. Brits, again, chipping in. He hasn't scored a century this season. I don't believe he does score one again. And also Nath was very good. So, and then all out for 100. I felt really bad for Dolphins. They were playing so poorly. Haynes picks up his first 5 for his career, 5 for 31 off only 14 overs. Beamish, again in the wickets. Van Dijk and Pot Guide are chipping in. But it's really just Haynes and Beamish chipping in with the wickets at the moment. And then in the second innings, the 170 they improved to. Pot Guide actually ended up with 4 wickets. He took down the tail quite aggressively. Haynes ended up with 2 for 34. Again, very economical as always. And then the last match of the season was also a bit one-sided. We batted first, all out for 427. Well, there was a massive partnership between Cilliers and second. Second got quite a large 146 off 186. And then Cilliers also ended up with another 137 off 141, basically going out a runner ball. And then we were 3 for 342, and then we lost 7. Sorry, my voice just left me for a second. We lost 7 quick wickets, which was a bit of a shame, but that can happen sometimes when you play the way that you do. But to still get a decent score on the board was nice. Then we bowled them all out for 266 in their first innings. Elgar was the really only batsman who stood out. Cilliers and Beamish, this was another home game, so wicket is turning a bit more. So they picked up the majority of the wickets. Haynes did reasonably well, picking up 2 on a pitch that was turning, not friendly for paces. We did have the option to send them in for the follow-on, but I opted against it because I didn't think we had enough runs on the board. So I batted again for 40 overs, 44 overs to be more specific, and it put on an extra 270. I went a bit more aggressive than I typically would in a first class match. So we probably could have ended up with 320, 340 had we batted for 50 overs, depending on. But yeah, and then we had plenty of runs on the board to win. We knocked them over for 126. They were just swinging for the fences, and then we got them out pretty cheaply. Haynes picked up 4 for 27. And that is the end of the season. I should probably skip forward right to the end to get the confirmation message that we have won the CSA 4-day domestic series. Beamish has improved some stuff. One of our players is injured. Zabe, who the hell is that? A player that we never played, apparently. What's his injury? Hamstring injury. Okay, cool. Oh, we got a few Steam achievements. Nice. So we basically sweep the competitions we were actually in. Obviously not in the 1-day competition and the T20 competition. I don't know if that changed. That we will definitely be in the 1-day competition for next season, as we will be in Division 1. But the 2020 competition, I don't know if we will be in. But I should go over the season statistics. I'm not sure if that will show me now. But yeah, these are just some nice little bits and pieces. That's nice. I won't press continue just yet. If I go to team details, it will show me the team statistics. Okay. I was a bit concerned for a second. Actually, can I? No, I can't do that. I can't do it there. So won't be able to check who got promoted and who got relegated. I might be able to do that at the end of the episode because they show in the table who got promoted. So I'll do that then. But to round out the season, Kurtzen was our top scorer, 831 runs at 75.55, a really good debut season. Basically scored at the runner ball all season thanks to the Baz ball method. Very, very happy with that. Our next best was Cilliers, I believe. If I'm not mistaken, it wouldn't have been Williams. Yes, Cilliers, 593 runs at 53.91. Also very strong with the ball. His season, came into the back half of the season not in great form because he played with Joburg and he did not do very well. He's only averaging about 21 with the bat now in T20 cricket. But it's nice to see that some of our players are getting cricket in for other teams as well. So that is something we might have to consider for next season because Kurtzen hasn't been picked up by a franchise team, nor has Williams has, but he didn't really play. And Beamish and Haynes haven't been picked up either. So we're going to have to try and get them in the recruiting phase. So we'll see how that goes. Anyway, my next point I want to get into is the opening batting situation. That is something I'm going to address. Can I check contracts? How are we going for contracts? I know we were about to do that. But Nath's contract is obviously up. He's not an opener, but Second's contract is up. Parsons didn't play, but he is classed as an opener. His contract is up. Kem, we have him on the books for next season. We might terminate his contract just to free up a bit more wage room, depending if we have any good openers available. Abraham's, he's not even worth terminating. He's got 2 years left, so it'll be 1 year. Next year will be his last year. And then we've got a few other players as well. Our bowling, like Haynes and Beamish are on the books for 3 years. So we've got 2 seasons more to go. And then the rest of our bowlers come off the books. So that'll be something we need to look over. Cilliers, I will definitely want to renew his contract. He played really well for us. Potgieter, I'll look to bring him back. But I can't commend Haynes enough. He was fantastic, this season, as was Beamish. Cilliers was the surprise packet because I probably could have given him a 2-year contract, but I won't give him 3 years, but I'll give him 2 years going into next season. I'm assuming we broke a few records this season. We didn't break the highest score, which we probably could have had we batted for a bit longer in that match. So we got 500 plus, but Kurtzen broke the highest score record. Surprisingly, we didn't break the fastest 50, but Cilliers did for the fastest 100, and no bowling records were broken in terms of innings and match. But Beamish did get the most wickets in a season record. This is just for the team, not in the competition. And then Kurtzen got the most runs. So if the next thing that we're going to try and break is the 1,000 run mark and the 50 run mark, just for a player, that'll be the next thing we want to break. What about partnerships? Not that I can see. I don't know if this 7th wicket partnership... Actually, no, that would be us, because Nath didn't play for us in not real life. Not real life? That doesn't make any sense. But Van Rensburg and Nath for the 7th wicket, that would be a real life, not real life, one for us. That we did every one of those other partnerships. We're already there. So if we go to since 2023, these are the records that have stood for us that we've collected since the start of the save file. Surprisingly, only one over 200. There hasn't been that many, which has been surprising, but this will be something to look back on. Sort of, I won't do it every season maybe, but I don't know, depends. I will save here. That's what I'm going to do. I will press continue because we are going into the 2024 season. I would not like to post a review of Cricket Captain 2023. No, thank you. I'm going to continue again, and then I will catch up with you guys at the contract screen. So I'll see you in a minute. All right, our first step into the contract section of the season is MI Cape Town. Now we are going to look to sign up a few of our youngsters. That is going to be my primary focus for this season, is signing on our youngsters. Now, who am I going to want to keep on is from the guys that are expiring. So Afridi and Sterling didn't play. Their availability is low. I'm not going to bring them back. Neesham was... can we go last comp? He was very good for us. I was very happy. That's not for Team Cape Town. There we go. He was very good for us. I really enjoyed what he did. So I'm actually going to sign him for another year. I know he's getting a bit older. Will Jacks, I would bring him back, but he's only in for 59% of the time, so I'm probably going to let him go. Pot Guider I will bring back. I know he's expensive. I'm going to sign him for 1 year. Banton I'm going to let go. He was not very good. Rosington was decent. And I think we can do something with him. We're going to keep him. And then everyone else we're going to let go. In terms of the rest of our squad, we already culled back most of who we wanted to get rid of last season. So what's Bravis's contract situation? Can it not just show me? That's weird. But we're going to do that. We're going to, as I said, we've already done the majority of the MI stuff. We did that last year. And we did very, very well this past season. We won the competition. So I'm just going to bring back the key players that I really like. Find our youngsters. And hopefully find some diamonds in the rough for next season. I can already see Kurtzen. He is very expensive. But he is one of our key players. And he is awesome at T20. He's actually awesome at every level. So we're going to sign him for I'll give him 2 years. Can I see anybody else? I don't think there'll be any other batters. Hang on, let me just do that. That's better. Fielders, all-rounders is what I meant to say. I don't see any of my other guys. But I do see a lot of young players, so that'll be something to keep an eye on. So I'm looking for Beamish, and I'm looking for Haynes. I can't... Well, there's Beamish. He's cheap. Jeez, 3 years. 3 years I'm giving Beamish, because he's so cheap. Where's Haynes? Have I just missed him completely? Is he just not here? That's weird. It's weird that Beamish would be there, but not Haynes. Anyway, that's 2 offers already. I won't look at the overseas guys just yet. There's this guy I'm very interested in. I am going to say now, I have got a list of player names to my right. And I will be renaming some of the players going forward just to give them a bit more personality. But I'm going to look at some stats here. This guy looks very good. I'll come back to him. Sorry, I made a little bit of a cut there because I was just looking around at a bit of the talent that's on board, and I have renamed this guy Dustin de Villiers. He is a distant relative of AB de Villiers. He's left-handed. He bowls a little bit of slow left arm. I'm looking to upgrade the wicketkeeper position, and he's very aggressive, and he looks very good. I've got something in my eye. This is not a good time to be... Anyway. Dustin de Villiers, he is going to be my 3rd contract slot for round 1. I'm going to sign these guys up. I'm going to have another look around and then try and get my hands on some more young talent because I have seen some stuff. It's not our Williams. I thought I would double check. But we're going to sign these guys. Kurtzen's in the door. Beamish is in the door. De Villiers is in the door. Happy days. I will be back after I make some contract offers. I will see you in a second. Okay, I've made my contract offers for round 2. I've made pitches for 2 fast bowlers and 1 veteran opening batsman, former captain of South Africa. You could probably guess who it is based on that description alone. These are the 2 fast bowlers I've picked out. They are both very good at first class level, second 11, one day and T20. I have got Gibson Flair and my personal favourite, Disco Jones. These are the 2 fast bowlers I'm adding to my cartel. They don't have any domestic sort of non-franchise contracts. That means hopefully I'll be able to pick them up as part of the Mosswood Academy. So that is the plan going forward. I wanted to bring in a mentor for the youngsters, someone that they can look up to, someone that would also fill in a gap because we don't actually have that many opening batsmen. And I've decided to bring in none other than Dean Elgar. He's cheap. I'm only doing it for 1 year. He's got a decent T20 record. My only drawback is he is defensive. I'm hoping that because of his age, he won't mind not playing. That is my theory, and I'm sticking with it. Anyway, those are going to be my next set of selections. Let's take stock of what we have. I think we're set for bowlers. We've got... Oh, I already had Haynes. No wonder I couldn't find him. So we've got Haynes. That's good. We've got Beamish now. We've got Jones. We've got Flair. We've got Richardson, who plays for Dolphins in the non-franchise stuff. We've got Rabada, who's going to hang around for a little bit. Rollison, he's still here. He's not a bowler, but you know what I mean. So I want to bring in a couple of all-rounders. We've got a ton of money to play with. Let's have a look at what we have here in terms of overseas players. This is where we can have a bit more fun and spend more money. See, all the good ones do not have very high availability. There's a lot more to choose from compared to last year. We might be... I like the look of this guy. Oh, he's very defensive. That's annoying. We might be best taking on a youngster. A overseas youngster. That might be the go. He's not very good. Keep looking. Adil Rashid, no, thank you. Will Jacks, I wish I could. Anybody else? We don't really need a bowler, so get out of there. Is this guy real? Yeah, he's real. Don't know. We might be best spending a bit of money on some overseas players that have... I mean, we can afford to go and get one that has low availability. I'm thinking either Harry Brook or Prithvi Shaw. Who do I like the look of better? Actually, let's get Hetmeyer instead, I've decided. Because he is aggressive. I like it. He sort of fits the mold of what I'm trying to do. So we'll bring in Hetmeyer. We'll go... Are there any other openers that I really like in this section? There's that Peterson bloke from earlier in the video, but he's very defensive. Well, this guy looks alright. Herman. He's got a good record. We'll give him a year. Oh, second's here. Oh, he's 35. Do I really fancy him? I don't think so. We don't really need another wicketkeeper. I'd rather an all-rounder. There were a few really good all-rounders here before. Like this guy. This guy has always been really good in Cricket Captain. I'm never going to be able to say his name, so we might have to come up with a nickname. What about this guy? He doesn't have a contract anywhere. He's very good at the T20 stuff. He's very defensive, so we might have to train him out of that. I'm going to have to come up with a name for this guy. We'll give him a year. We'll give him a year. Actually, scratch that. Cancel, cancel, cancel. I forgot about this guy. We want to sign him because he's very good. We'll give him 2 years because he's a little bit on the older side. He's 28. He is quite expensive, but that is okay. He likes to bat at 7, which I'm actually not too worried about because I'm thinking what the 11's going to look like. So my bowling lineup will likely be Rabada. Actually, I probably even shouldn't consider Rabada because he's going to be away half the time. So Haynes, Beamish, Jones, Flair, Richardson in reserve, and then Rabada when he's in town. I'd probably have Neesham as not my primary all-rounder. That probably goes to Pot Guider. So yeah, I like this. We'll do this, and if that other all-rounder's still there, we'll have to give him a name. I've got a list here. Is he still here? He is. Okay, we'll give him 2 years. Yeah, he doesn't have a allocated domestic team. That means we should be able to sign him up to the academy, which is helpful. I did consider signing Beamish's long-lost sibling, but I couldn't bring myself to do it. We'll sign second. We'll give him a 1-year deal, just because I like him. And you can never have too many openers, especially in T20 cricket. And he can definitely be a backup. And I might go... we don't have the money for Harry Brook. Actually, if I get rid of second, we will have the money for Harry Brook, I think. We don't just... If I offer him a little bit less, will he come aboard? A little bit less than a little bit less? We'll do that. Actually, stuff that. We're going to bring back Jax for that money. Sorry, Harry Brook. I really like you, but Will Jax is our guy. And then that should do it. We haven't filled up our international player quota, but I honestly don't mind that. Because our domestic players are actually going to be holding the bulk of this side. I really like what we've done. So I'm going to say that's business done. I'm going to meet you on the other side because it's going to take a while to let the rest of the round simulate. I'm going to meet you on the other side, and then hopefully we'll be able to sign each of the new youngsters that we have picked. Oh, we have to give this guy a name. I'll do that off screen, and then we can come back to it. So we're actually going to cut to here because this is the second attempt. My youth players in the first go were rubbish. So we're going to look again this time. They're even worse. They're even worse. Ugh. But Kurtzen, we want to sign him for 3 years. He was phenomenal. So we're going to give him the bag. Brits, we're going to let go. He just, very defensive, really just turns me off. And he's not in the age bracket of players that I want to be developing. And he doesn't play for my T20 team, so I don't want I don't want him. Parsons didn't play for us at all last season. Second, I'm going to sign on a 1-year basis. Nath, I'm going to let go for now, but if we don't find a better overseas player, I'm going to bring him back. Pot Guider, we're going to sign for 2 years. That way, we've got him till he's 30. Cilliers will sign for 3 years. And then Van Dijk, he's 30. I'm hopeful I'm going to be able to find those other fast bowling prospects that we saw in the T20 recruitment. So I'll let him go for now. And then if we find someone, we'll bring him back, hopefully, if he's still there. De Villiers is here. Okay, that is good. We might just bump this up just to make sure he doesn't go anywhere else. Is there anybody else here that I really like? No, it's just de Villiers that I like. Okay. Distant relative of AB de Villiers. Oh yeah, this is, I forgot to mention before, this is Xavier Johnson. He is the all-rounder that I signed, that I renamed. He's going to be an all-round prospect. He probably won't slide into the starting 11. He'll probably just develop in the second 11 for a period of time, and then he might come in once he's a bit more developed. But we're going to come back for him because he is not the priority. The priority is Flair, who we're going to do that, and then Disco Jones, who we're also going to give a bit more money. We're going to sign them for 3 years each. And they all sign, which is great. Hopefully Johnson is still there, which he is. We'll give him 2 years. I don't feel as strongly about him as I do the others. Now we've got plenty of money left. We've got about 2.3 million. There wasn't any, is there anybody here that I really like? Why am I looking at 20 over? Parsons is here, but he's not one that I really desperate to bring back. This guy looks good. We do need a new wicketkeeper. He's played for South Africa before. I thought I recognised his name. Varane. He's aggressive, fits the profile. We might give him 1 year. This guy looks good. We do need more all-rounders. We've only got the 2. And Cilliers is more of a batting all-rounder anyway, so I consider him more of a batsman that just bowls semi occasionally. Where's the all-rounder? Oh, this guy just signed for our T20 side. So I signed him for 2 years. And then who's the other guy that I saw? This guy. He looks decent. He's played for South Africa before. He's aggressive. He's very aggressive, actually. Is that across all formats? It is. I'm going to give him a go. And he's young as well, so we can only give a certain amount of offers. That's annoying. Hopefully he's still there, because I would like to bring him in. He's still there, which is good. But we might have to adjust the budget if we want to bring him in, which I don't really want to do. Overseas, we're going to have to go overseas to find an opener. Not great. We could bring in Paul Sterling for not very much. We could negotiate that down if he's not going to be here. That way we have 420 left. This guy's alright. It's 31. But not really what I'm looking for. Tell you what, we'll sign Sterling and then we'll sign a reserve player. That'll get us to 18 players, which is the minimum squad size. So we might just sign one of these. Are any of these guys decent? Well, yeah, they're pretty good. We'll sign you purely because we're very aggressive. Yeah, he's good. And then we have 422 left. He's going to sign for free. We might just up the budgets for coaching. That way we can distribute more coaching across everything. So we'll do that. We'll continue. And that will do us. I'm actually very happy. I only had to reset once, which can be worse than that. So other teams still bidding. We're up to 4.5 stars. Wow, that was only sitting at 3 stars just before. Are we playing today? Well, I don't want to play today. Actually, we won't play, but we'll pick the lineup is what we're going to do. I want to, as always, give youth the priority. Sterling's actually here, which is surprising. He's going to play, but youth is the priority, as I said. Why is this guy still here? Why do they keep him? He's only here for another year. Okay. What's the 11 going to be? They don't rate Beamish. Jesus. Did anybody play international cricket last season? No, they didn't. I meant over the off season is what I meant to say. Kurtzon's going to bat at 3. Williams is going to bat at 4. What does De Villiers bat at 4? Let's go De Villiers at 4. Williams at 5. Varenne at 7. Johnson out. Celia's in. Potgeier. Actually, I want to give the young kids a go because this is sort of like a Division 2 competition. So I'm going to give the young kids a go is what I'm going to do. And then Haynes can move up there. And we'll just sort this like that. Or actually, we'll give De Villiers the gloves is what I'm going to do. And then we'll take him out. We'll do that. Second can have the captaincy, that's fine. Haynes and Flair can open the bowling. I like this. The academy is growing. I'm very happy with how this is starting to develop. We just assign everybody to the second 11. 5 stars, there we go. We should absolutely smoke this competition. This is going to get ugly. But this has been a blast to record this. We're into the second season, so I'll set up my coach and physio behind the scenes. I'll do that next time. But I want to thank you for persevering with me while I stumble my way through this video. If you're watching up until this point, I hope you've had a lovely day. I will catch up with you next time. I hope you're enjoying the series as I slowly am developing South Africa's next generation of talented cricketers. And I'll see you next time. Bye.